Hello.
What made you come down here today?
Well, I'm here in support of the Occupy Wall Street movement, which began in great deal in New York City. Of course, the frustration had been building up long before then, but New York, definitely kudos to you for you lighting this fire, so to speak, in this peaceful demonstration. Certainly, I think that's the main focus of it, and one of the reasons why I like it so much. The reason why I'm out here, and again, I'm not speaking for anybody except for myself, but I'm out here because I'm fed up with the financial institutions getting all the help that they need to keep themselves going at the cost of the middle class and the poor. I think that in 2006 and midterms and the 2008 presidential election, that the Democrats were put in there and given a lot of power because people were frustrated with the way this country was going. And to be sure, there have been some positive things that have come out of the current administration, but certainly nowhere near enough that has been done for the poor and the middle class. That's why everybody is frustrated here. And we just see that as much money as the banks or businesses need, they're given. But when it comes to Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, we're told that they're insolvent, they're running out of money, et cetera, et cetera. They keep adjusting the numbers. And again, that is something for the people. We have paid into it, and they want to change the contract, so to speak, now to our detriment. But when it comes to banks and financial institutions who make mistakes with our monies, they're not being forced to pay. Nobody's going to jail over the Wall Street fiasco. So again, I think there's a lot of disappointment from what this administration has done, and we're out here now because the mainstream media hasn't been reporting on it. They've been doing everything they can to ignore it, even the so-called left wing of the media. So now we have Facebook, we have other social avenues to organize that cost us very little to do. We just keep in touch with each other, and certainly, there's going to be a wide variety of opinions out there because there's nobody editing and nobody censoring. Versus, what CBS, CNN, ABC, Fox News, whatever, they have their guys up there that are saying this is where we're going to stay on focus. Well, that's not where we want to focus. And we have the means now to control the content of what we want to talk about and what's important to us. And what's important to us is that we are tired. We are tired of, not being taken care of whether it's a Democrat in there or a Republican in there. Basically, everybody's dipping their hands into our wallets. They're throwing more and more money to the CEOs, CFOs, CEOs, stockholders, and it's to our detriment. People aren't dying out in the streets per se, but they're silently dying on the streets, and there's nobody there to capture those moments when a homeless person dies on the street. There's nobody there to capture that moment when somebody's in their home and they don't have enough food to eat, or they're making a decision between prescription medications and if they got enough to carry them through the week in sustenance. These are the silent tragedies that are happening all around us. Our neighbors 2 miles from us, 1 mile from us, maybe down the block, maybe next door, and it's this type of suffering that the administration and the Republicans don't seem to really care about so much, and both sides have signed on to this whole trickle-down economics kind of theory that as long as they can keep businesses going, that they're going to create jobs, that the money's going to come down to us, and certainly we do need businesses to be sustainable, but it has gone completely cockeyed, and we're all fed up with it. We see the obscene bonuses that are going on. It's now come to light that Wall Street has the banks have paid off their loans earlier than they should have, so they're not they're still not they're still not financially stable. So, again, they're gambling with our economy.
Do you see a viable solution? Do you have any ideas of how to attain to address these
Well,
severe
certainly.
problems?
I mean, yeah, I certainly do. I think one of the things is we have to have more than two parties. You know, that's kind of like here in San Antonio. You know, we got two major stores. We got H-E-B and Walmart. Okay. Well, the one thing they can agree on is that they don't want a third chain in here. Okay. So, you know, the one thing that the Democrats and the Republicans seem to do very well is that they try to marginalize third parties and fourth parties. I think we probably need about 5 or 6 parties here in the United States to represent them. Because certainly the Democrats' big tent cannot cover everybody. The GOP's attempt at the big tent cannot cover the other half of the United States, and that's why we are polarized and why we're frustrated. Is because I might be a liberal, but I don't agree with the Democratic platform, and I should be given the means to join another viable party. Just like that's the reason why the Tea Party came out, and certainly they had funding, but in general, they did get, they got their message out that, they weren't happy with the Republicans. And no matter how much money the Koch brothers can throw at anything, it doesn't do any good unless you have, people to carry the spears, people to march in the streets, people to carry the signs, people to knock on senators' doors. Money doesn't buy everything, and that's the whole thing. Is now we have shown with this growing movement that we don't need the money. Okay, we got, as long as you got the internet, okay, you got Facebook, whatever, we can organize ourselves. People are out here not because there was an ad on TV. We didn't have to buy time. We're not beholden to corporate donors. We're not beholden to advertisers. We're not beholden to Apple to advertise for us, or Microsoft, or any corporation. So we can get out there and we put out our message, and that's why this is a more true movement. And because it is more true, there are a lot of opinions. And there may not be a central leadership, but the general frustration, and I keep saying frustration because that's what it is. It's frustration and anger with everything that's going on. And what's amazing and what's great is that it is a peaceful movement. There are going to be, of course, some people that get out of hand, and that's probably who the mainstream media is going to cover. Or they look for sensationalism. And I think it's been brought up by Jon Stewart on the Daily Show, where he addresses that, to some extent. He makes fun. He's he parodies the mainstream media because it is. I mean, it's comical. And and that's the other thing. If people have a way to air their grievances, they're more peaceful, I think. I worked for the post office before, and that's one of the outlets that unions do provide, is that they can focus a little bit more. They can give workers a chance to air their grievances, and hopefully diffuse some of that anger. If you feel like you're being listened to, if you feel like your issues are being addressed, whether you agree with the solution that comes out of that, I think you walk away a lot less frustrated. You can let the system work. You're willing to participate in the system, but when the system's not listening to you, when the system is ignoring you, trying to minimize you, trying to ridicule you, then ridicule, I'm not even sure that's the word. But yeah, that's the general term. Just making fun of you, poking fun at you. Okay, there we go. That makes you more frustrated because you don't have an outlet, and I think we all see that in our personal lives. And now we're starting to see this in on a bigger scale. You got to listen to us. You got to pay attention to us, whether or not my solution at fixing the system is the one that's adopted, which probably wouldn't be, or somebody else's solution. The thing is, you have to listen.
I appreciate your words so much today, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.